Here's a secret the 1% don't advertise. They don't save with leftovers. They don't wait until the bills are paid, the fun is had, and the coffee is bought. They flip the order. Future first, needs second, wants last. It sounds too simple. But that one switch, paying yourself first, is why their forests grow while most people's wallets stay empty. Because here's the truth. Most people save with whatever scraps are left at the end of the month. But by then, there's nothing left. The wealthy know the fight isn't about money. It's about order. They build systems that pay their future before temptation shows up. That way, savings happen automatically, not after a debate, not after guilt, not after regret. And today, Mr. Thing is going to learn this lesson the hard way, because he just got a raise. And with that raise comes the oldest trap in money, lifestyle inflation. Mrs. Thing is about to show him why bigger paychecks don't make you rich, and why the only way out is to pay yourself first. Mr. Thing finally got a raise. Victory at last, he thought. More money should mean less stress. So what did he do? He upgraded. A bigger apartment, a shinier phone, coffee with foam art, extra streaming services. Each swipe of the card whispered, "You've made it." But 3 weeks later, he opened his bank app. Balance? Almost zero. Same paycheck-to-paycheck panic. Now with shinier bills.
But I'm earning more. Shouldn't I feel rich?
Raises don't make you rich. Habits do.
She pointed at his statements. Rent up, phone up, subscriptions up, even a gym he still didn't visit. Individually small. Together, they swallowed his raise whole. That's lifestyle inflation. When expenses rise as fast as income, it feels like progress. But savings never appear. The treadmill stays the same.
The problem isn't your income. It's your order. You've been feeding wants first, needs second, and future last. And when future is last, future starves.
Mrs. Thing didn't argue. She grabbed a napkin, drew 3 arrows, and slid it to Mr. Thing. On top, future. Then needs. At the bottom, wants. She tapped it once, like it was the most obvious thing in the world.
This is how the wealthy order their money. Future first, needs second, wants last.
Mr. Thing frowned. That didn't sound like fun. To him, a raise meant upgrades. New phone, nicer coffee, maybe a bigger place. Isn't that the point of earning more?
But what if there's nothing left for fun?
Fun isn't canceled. It's just last. You don't eat every seed today. You plant some first, so you'll have food tomorrow. Wealthy people don't have less fun. They just grow it differently.
She redrew the arrows as a simple flow. Money in, future first, needs second, wants last. Mr. Thing compared it to his own flow. Wants first, needs second. Future starved. He scrolled through his phone. Premium delivery, bigger rent, a gym he never used. All wants, all eating his raise.
It's not about earning more. It's about protecting what you earn. Wealth doesn't come from leftovers. It comes from order.
And with that, he saw the trap clearly. His raise wasn't gone. It had been misplaced. Mr. Thing tapped the napkin again. Okay, but why does the order matter? It's the same money either way. Mrs. Thing shook her head.
Number. It changes everything. Most people save last after the spending storm. That means saving depends on leftovers, and leftovers are decided when willpower is weakest.
She listed the moments. When you're tired after work. When your kid needs new shoes. When a flash sale screams 70% off. When friends text, "Pizza tonight?" Leftovers are always at the mercy of the moment, and the moment always wins.
Future first moves the decision to the calmest second. Payday. The system does it automatically before temptation even wakes up. No battles, no guilt, no leftover math.
Psychologists call this a default. The wealthy don't fight harder in the moment. They simply rig the game before it starts, and then comes the math. Every paycheck that hits future first is invested like a metronome. The market goes up, the market goes down, but your habit keeps buying at every season. That's dollar cost averaging.
Timing the market? That's like waiting for the perfect raindrop. Paying yourself first is planting in every season. Rain or shine, the seed grows.
Mr. Thing stared at the napkin again. The arrows looked simple, almost too simple. But suddenly he realized the 1% weren't superhuman. They weren't fighting harder. They were just falling into better defaults. And that's why order matters. Wealth isn't about leftovers. It's about planting first, because if you don't, the soil will always stay empty. Mr. Thing leaned back, frowning at the napkin. All right, future first. But where does this future money actually sit? My wallet? A jar on the counter? A shoebox under the bed? Mrs. Thing laughed.
Shoeboxes don't grow. They collect dust. Future money needs soil. Soil that grows quietly while you live your life.
She drew a tiny seed and shaded the ground underneath.
For most people, the best soil is a low-cost index fund. That's just a simple basket holding hundreds, even thousands of companies. You're not trying to guess the next winner. You're owning the whole field.
What's the secret to delivering a successful message? Most people say it starts with a voice you can trust. A voice like this.
It isn't. Think of it like a fruit basket. Instead of buying one apple and hoping it's perfect, you buy a slice of every apple, pear, orange, and banana in the market. If one goes bad, the rest keep you fed. In the US, many people use the S&P 500 or the Vanguard Total Market Fund. In the UK, it's the FTSE All World. In Canada, VEQT or VGRO. In Singapore, the STIETF or a global feeder. In India, the Nifty 50 or Sensex funds. The names change, but the principle never does. Broad, boring, and low fee.
So future doesn't mean gambling?
Number. Future first doesn't mean risky first. It means consistent first. If you don't have an emergency moat yet, Future's first stop isn't an index fund. It's a high-yield savings account.
She underlined the word slowly so he couldn't miss it.
A high-yield savings account, or HYSA, is just a normal savings account that pays you more interest. 3 to 5% in many countries today. It won't make you rich, but it protects you from using debt when life sneezes.
Mr. Thing nodded slowly. So first I build the moat, then I plant the forest. Mrs. Thing smiled.
Exactly. The moat stops storms from washing away your progress. The forest grows in the background. One shields, one multiplies. Together, they make future strong.
And with that, Mr. Thing looked at the tiny seed sketch on the napkin and, just for the first time, didn't laugh. He saw the soil, he saw the shade, and he started to believe Mr. Thing finally gets it. Future needs to go first. But how? Systems, not speeches. Rails, not resolutions. Mrs. Thing rolls it out in 3 moves.
Step 1. Name your buckets. Don't just think of them. Label them. Future. Needs. Wants. If your bank lets you, open sub-accounts. If not, make jars or envelopes.
She taps his phone. 3 new digital jars appear. Mr. Thing smirks, but also feels oddly relieved.
Step 2. Automate on payday. That's the golden switch. The moment income arrives, sweep futures cut into its jar. No memory, no willpower, just rails.
She explains it with a grin. Wealthy people don't decide to save every month. They decide it once. After that, the rails carry the money for them.
Step 3. Use the raise rule. Every time income rises, split it before lifestyle notices. Half to future, half to wants. That way you still feel richer. But the forest grows faster.
Mr. Thing laughs nervously. So the trick isn't being strong? Mrs. Thing shakes her head.
Number. The trick is not needing to be strong. The system is strong for you.
And that's Autopilot. 3 rails. Name. Automate split raises. Not magic, not luck, just a system that keeps future fed, even on your worst day. Mrs. Thing knows talk isn't enough. Mr. Thing needs to see it happen. She grabs his phone. His paycheck is $2,000. She types in a new rule, 10%, $200, straight to a new account labeled Future every payday. No decisions, no debates.
But what if I need it later?
Needs are still covered. Wants get their slice. Future just comes first. Even a small amount. Seeds look silly on day 1. Not in 20 years.
The transfer is set. It hums quietly in the background. Future has been paid before anyone else.
First, the moat. That means a high-yield savings account, a simple bank account that pays more interest, usually 3 to 5%. Once that's filled, then the forest. Broad, low-cost index funds. Moat first, forest second.
Mr. Thing exhales. For the first time, Payday feels calm. He doesn't need to be strong. The system is strong for him. And that's the heart of it. Bigger paychecks don't build bigger futures. Better habits do. Mrs. Thing looks him in the eye.
Raises don't make you rich. Habits do.
The rule is simple. Future, needs, wants, in that order. The order is the edge. Mr. Thing finally smiles, not because he feels richer, but because he feels in control. But there's still a question. How big should that first safety net be? How much do you actually need in your moat before you can plant your forest with confidence? That's where we're going next. Episode 5, The Math of Emergency Funds. How much is enough? Before you go, do one thing. Create a calendar reminder on your next payday. Call it Water the Forest. Make it repeat. That click is your first step into the 1% habit. Subscribe and bring your seed.